The electric car is not new. It was first introduced in the late 1800s and was one of the first means of propulsion used by the early automobile. In fact, 40% of the vehicles on the road in the early 1900s were electric. Today, almost half of the American motoring public has expressed an interest in owning an electric-only vehicle. Are you ready for the challenges the future has in store?
Today's edition of The Trainer is brought to you by Autel. Learn more about the entire line of Autel diagnostic tooling at www.autel.com.
All electric motors work by mounting a magnet or electromagnet to a shaft and another set to a housing that surrounds the shaft. By periodically reversing the polarity, that is, swapping the north and south poles of one set of electromagnets, the motor leverages these attracting and repelling forces to rotate the shaft, thereby converting electricity into torque and ultimately turning the wheels. Some examples that you are already familiar with include conventional fuel pumps, starter motors, and alternators. Electric motors used to propel an EV down the road do basically the same thing. It's how they do it that we need to understand. Now, wait a minute. Didn't we just say that we had to reverse the polarity in order to get the motor to turn? How do we do that with DC? DC current from the battery is delivered to the rotor windings via spring-loaded brushes of carbon or lead that energizes spinning contacts connected to wire windings. Every few degrees of rotation, the brushes energize a new set of contacts, also referred to as the commutator strips, continually reversing the polarity of the electromagnet on the rotor as the motor shaft turns. The housing surrounding the rotor's electromagnetic windings typically features permanent magnets, but there are some designs that use electromagnetic stators. These designs are fine for fuel pumps or window drive motors, but they're really not a popular choice when it comes to pushing an EV down the road. Their low efficiency and high maintenance, that is brush wear and arcing across the commutator strips, make it a poor choice. What about DC brushless motors, like those used in some newer fuel pumps? The brushes are eliminated by moving the permanent magnets to the rotor, placing the electromagnets on the stator, and using an external motor controller to alternately switch the various field windings from plus to minus, thereby generating the rotating magnetic field. A variation of the BLDC design is the PMSM, or Permanent Magnet Synchronous Motor design. In a synchronous motor, the rotor spins at the same speed as the magnetic field that drives it. The Chevy Bolt and Tesla Model 3 use these type of motors. Physically, the BLDC and the PMSM motors look nearly identical. Both feature permanent magnets on the rotor and field windings in the stator. The key difference is that rather than use DC current and switching it on and off to change the magnetic field, the PMSM motor uses a sinusoidal, or that is an AC sine wave, AC current. This means that the motor suffers no torque ripple and only requires one Hall effect sensor to determine rotor speed and position. That makes the motor more efficient and quieter. Another design in use is the AC induction motor. For this motor, we toss out the permanent magnets on the rotor and their increasingly scarce rare earth materials and keep the AC current flowing through stator windings as we did in the PMSM motor. Replacing the magnets is a concept that was patented by Nikola Tesla in 1888. In this design, AC current flows through a variety of windings in the stator, creating a rotating field of magnetic flux. As these magnetic lines pass through perpendicular windings on a rotor, they induce an electric current. This then generates another magnetic force that induces the rotor to turn. Because the force is only induced when the magnetic field crosses the rotor windings, if the rotor spins at the same speed as the magnetic field, there will be no torque or force produced. This is referred to as an asynchronous design. The GM EV1 of the mid-1990s and most Tesla models have employed the AC induction motor design. Next on the list is the reluctance motor. Think of reluctance as magnetic resistance. That is, the degree of opposition an object has to magnetic flux. Using an unequal number of stator and rotor poles ensures some poles are aligned for minimum reluctance, while others are directly in between opposite poles for maximum reluctance. Switching the stator polarity then pulls the rotor around at an asynchronous speed. A synchronous reluctance motor, or syn-Rm, doesn't rely on this imbalance between the rotor and stator poles. Rather, syn-Rm motors feature a more distributed winding fed with an AC current, as in a PMSM design, with speed regulated by a variable frequency drive and an elaborately shaped rotor with voids shaped like magnetic flux lines to optimize reluctance. Toyota introduced an internal permanent magnet synchronous reluctance motor, that's a mouthful, on the Prius, and Tesla uses this mated with an AC induction motor on its dual motor models. Tesla also uses this design for its rear drive models. Just like understanding the various engine designs helps you with your everyday diagnostics and troubleshooting, understanding the various EV motor designs will help prepare you for those same challenges in the EV era. Thanks for watching.